My name is JJ Thibodeau. I live in Waltham, Massachusetts, and I play on the Boston Junior Eagles, and my favorite player is Carey Price.
Hi, my name is Houston Hurt, and I'm from Windham, New Hampshire. My favorite winter hockey club is the Middlesex Islanders, and my favorite player is Mike Fisher.
My name is Nick Evans. I live in Malden, Massachusetts. My winter club is the Islanders Hockey Club. My favorite player is Erik Karlsson.
My name is Miles Brosnan. My hometown is Winchester, Massachusetts. My winter hockey club is the Boston Junior Eagles, and my favorite player is Charlie McAvoy.
Hello, my name is Ben. I live in South Boston, Massachusetts. I play on the Boston Junior Eagles, and my favorite hockey player is Connor McDavid.
Hi, my name is Justin Graff. I live in Lincoln, Massachusetts. My winter club is the Islanders Hockey Club, and my favorite player is Connor McDavid.
My name is James Connor, and my hometown is Amherst, New Hampshire. My winter hockey club is Marlborough Minuteman Flames, and my favorite player is Alexander Ovechkin.
Hi, my name is Van Martin. My hometown is Raven, New Hampshire. My winter club is the Islanders Hockey Club, and my favorite player is Patrice Bergeron.
Hi, my name is Freddie Meyer. I live in Winchester, Massachusetts. My winter club is the Boston Junior Eagles, and my favorite player is Connor McDavid.
Hi, my name is Egan Beveridge. I live in East Kingston, New Hampshire. I play for the Islanders Hockey Club, and my favorite player is Connor McDavid.
Hi, my name is Nick Thornton. My hometown is Danvers, Mass. My winter club is the Valley Junior Warriors, and my favorite player is John Tavares.
Hello, my name is Darren Iverson. I live in Littleton, Massachusetts. My winter club is the Assabet Patriots, and my favorite hockey player is Connor McDavid.
Hi, my name is Aranova Bifo. My hometown is Calgary, Alberta. Winter team is Bow River Bruins, and my favorite player is Austin Matthews.
Hi, my name is Jake Tavares. My hometown is Belmont, Massachusetts. My winter club is the Boston Junior Eagles. My favorite player is Sidney Crosby.
My name is Brady Sorrentino, and I'm from Maple Grove, Minnesota. And my winter team is Maple Grove, and my favorite player is Rasmus Dahlin.
Hello, I'm Isaac Nelson. I am from Scottsdale, Arizona, and my winter club is the Junior Coyotes, and my favorite player is Erik Karlsson.
Hi, my name is Karin O'Tell, and I'm from Surrey, from BC, and my winter team is Semiahmoo, and my favorite hockey player is Connor McDavid.
Hello, my name is Drew Schock. I am from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I play for the Green Bay Gamblers, and my favorite hockey player is Vladimir Tarasenko.
Hello, my name is Trey Peck. My hometown is Orono, Minnesota. My winter club is Orono, and my favorite player is Matt Cullen.
Hello, my name is Josh Toll. I play for Rosemount, Minnesota, and my winter team is Rosemount, and my favorite player is Matt Cullen.
Hi, my name is Emmett Ryder. I'm from Maple Grove, Minnesota. My winter team is Austin Maple Grove Scored Crimson. My favorite player is William Nylander.
My name is AJ Serban. My hometown is Northville, Michigan. My winter team is Bell Tire, and my favorite player is Steven Stamkos.
My name is Alexander Oliver. My hometown is Cleveland, Ohio. My winter club is the Cleveland Barons, and my favorite player is Cam Atkinson.
Hello, my name's Cruz Martin, and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And my winter club is AAA Blues. My favorite hockey player is Patrick Laine.
Hi, my name is Brady Sheridan. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and my winter team is the Junior Coyotes. My favorite player is Austin Matthews.
My name is Spencer Schober. I'm from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My home team is Fond du Lac Thunder, and my favorite player is Carey Price.
My name is Miles Jensen. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I play for the AAA Blues, and my favorite player is Braden Holtby.
Hi, my name is Devin Hobson. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I play for the St. Louis AAA Blues, and my favorite player is Erik Karlsson.
Hello, my name is Jackson Schrader. My hometown is Stevens Point, and I play for Stevens Point White Sox, and my favorite player is Joe Pavelski.
Hi, my name is Wyatt Harris. My hometown is Kaukauna, Wisconsin.
And my winter team is Green Bay Gamblers, and my favorite player is Sidney Crosby.
My name is JJ Thibodeau. I live in Waltham, Massachusetts, and I play on the Boston Junior Eagles, and my favorite player is Carey Price.
It's a great day for hockey here in Bloomington, Minnesota, as we're about to get underway with Friday action in the 2018 North American Hockey Showcase. My name's Eric Zamora, bringing you the play-by-play. Corey Spahn, our camera operator and producer of this USA versus New England matchup. New England in the red jerseys, gray numerals, black trim. They'll be skating from left to right here for the opening 15 minutes, and it's Aaron Obobaifo firing a quick shot on. He has been a big factor in this tournament for the offense of New England, but quite honestly, you can say that about a number of players here, as this New England team has rolled to a 4-0 record. All 4 of those victories coming in regulation. They have 12 of a possible 12 points to this point in the program. They'll go with the starting lineup of J.J. Thibodeau, Houston Hurt, and Nick Evans, the defenseman. Top line, Justin Graf centering Van Martin and Obobaifo. And I should point out, Thibodeau is the netminder and had a day that you couldn't ask for anything more yesterday. Back-to-back shutouts. Now a 12-0 victory over Great Lakes, where he was making some saves that obviously could have let in a few of them, wouldn't have affected the outcome. But how about over at 3M Arena at Mariucci, a 1-0 victory, the only game that New England has played so far in this tournament that's been close, and he needed to make each and every save to make sure that his New England squad was able to pick up all 3 points in that contest. Team USA going with Miles Jensen in between the pipes. They started out with a defensive pairing of Brady Sorrentino and Drew Schock cutting in, and Thibodeau has to get the leg pads down in a hurry, but he closes the bridge, and New England looking for a clearance. In front for Team USA, they'll go with a top line today of Jackson Schrader centering Joshua Toll and Emmett Ryder. Keep an eye out, however, for number 7, Trey Peck, as he leads the team in goals and points, 4 and 9 respectively. And despite the offensive outpouring that New England has had as this goes over the goal line for an icing, despite all the goals that New England has put up, not even anybody on the New England squad can say they've scored as many points as Peck. Peck second in the tournament in points, only behind Ryder Betzold, who's got 7 goals and 3 assists. He's the lone player in the tournament at this point in double digits. USA with a couple of games left. They'll play Great Plains this evening at 5 o'clock Central Time over on Rink 1, while New England will take on Minnesota over on Rink 1. That game will start at 8:30 local time. In on the face-off for New England will be Billy McAusland. He's got 4 goals and an assist so far in action, but now it's Iverson and USA into the offensive zone. They'll lose the handle behind the cage as it's Graf. Excuse me, that was Van Martin trying to get it out of the zone, and now ahead. Here's Bell. Bell from the left circle feeds the slot, and jumping in, trying to get a shot there was McAusland. McAusland will be stymied, however, as he was waiting for something to come into the crease. This time defended well by Team USA. USA in the white jerseys, black numerals, red trim. Going from right to left, this is dumped in by Harris, and that is steered aside by the stick and blocker of the netminder, Thibodeau. With it is Graf across the line cleanly. Sorrentino, make sure that doesn't stay in the zone long. Hurt trying to get to it, will not be able to, but his D partner Nick Evans will. Evans into the fray, drop pass, back for Graf. Graf cycles it over. Obobaifo checks over and sees that he has pressure coming from Brady Sheridan. Tied up along the boards, and Obobaifo tries to stay with it, but that's actually poked away and down the length of the ice, but it will slow down just in time to prevent an icing call. 11:10 to go in period number 1, a steal, and in the counter, cutting in is Hobson. He had a great scoring opportunity there, denied by Thibodeau. Right back with a shot from the right side by Team USA. And New England is fortunate that ended up going off the mark. Van Martin was trying to be fed by Obo Bifo. Got a touch on it, but was not able to keep it going, as this squad right now, New England, looking to head eastward, while USA comes up with the steal. O'Tall tries a centering pass. New England read that perfectly. Ahead and in for Graf. Graf had a slew of white jerseys to try to dance through. Was able to get the puck deep, but he'll head off for a change and get some fresh personnel out there. With it is James Connor, and I have to apologize, as there have been a number of times throughout the tournament that I've misidentified Connor. He's got the jersey tucked in as O'Tall tries to get a shot, and when just seeing the top of the numeral and the font, I'm looking on my roster for a 17. There isn't one. It's actually 12, the Amherst, New Hampshire native. And by all means, players should wear the jersey however they're comfortable. Just a little bit difficult for the broadcaster at times. At least it's not the Rocky Mountain setup, which is gray jerseys, gray numerals with a little bit of a black outline. That's a difficult one. Right up along the netting, and it's pinned there. A little bit longer it took to blow the whistle than I expected, but Team USA digging at it, and we can hear the coaching staff telling them to keep going. As long as that play has not been blown dead, that's as much your puck as it is theirs. And Team USA with a good scoring opportunity with about 9.5 to play here in the opening frame. New England looking to get a clearance, and that's deflected up and over. Centering pass, nobody home. Team USA's Sheridan will be pressured. Back is Schock. Schock the last man. It's a 2-on-1. They go upstairs with the shot, and then they will tie up Egan Beveridge, as he had his sight set on trying to put that one away. We're going to have a whistle stopping action here. And this will remain in the offensive zone for New England. From the left side, trying to get a shot through, was New England. That's blocked. And a penalty behind the play. Tripping will be the call. And Team USA will go on the man advantage and see if they can't get the first goal of this contest via the power play. William Bell, the guilty party, out of Marlborough, Massachusetts. The draw comes just outside the blue line of Team USA. So unlike higher levels where they'll automatically move the puck into the offensive zone for the team on the power play, here they take the draw wherever the puck was last played. Backhand pass by Ben Dearden out of South Boston. One of 6 Boston Junior Eagles on this squad. Up along the left side, New England shorthanded but still pressing the issue, and I would expect that to be the case all game and all tournament long. They're not afraid to take some chances and still try to get some offense going even when they are down to just 4. Held in at the line, and dancing with it was Schrader. Schrader will then feed it off, and it's played deep by Schock. New England with time, and it's gloved down by Schock. Looked like a second baseman snapping a line drive there and making sure that that didn't get the length of the ice. New England rolling the dice there. Had that gone all the way through, would have been called for an icing, but it looked like they were just in need of a change, and they'll get it now. In comes Graff from the right circle, steered and has to peel away clockwise into the corner. Bodies tie up there, each side sending in two. A little bit surprised that Team USA wouldn't send an extra player. A lot of times on the power play, you'll overman the puck in those situations. Figure you've got the extra man, might as well use it. 4 seconds before New England back at full strength. Graff comes over, fires, and is denied by the netminder, who now has to worry about his squad facing a team that's back to full strength. Miles Jensen making the stop there with his blocker. But that shows you just how impressive this New England squad is. If you were hard-pressed to say, based on just the action, who there of those two teams was on the power play, I think New England actually had the better of the scoring opportunities and possession for that 2-minute stint. Here comes Hurt with it behind his own goal line. Checks over his shoulder to see if perhaps that would have been called an icing, but Team USA did get to the red center line. Across the line and clean is Evans. Evans waits, steered to the corner. Great job there by Sheridan, making sure there was no pass, but I think he's going to end up getting called for an infraction here with 5:59. Looks like tripping will be the call, and New England's potent power play goes to work. And it's instead body checking the call, so the faceoff will come to the glove side of Jensen. Be sure to stay tuned with us as we'll have just a brief break in between periods 1 and 2. The elongated stoppage will be between periods 2 and 3 when they resurface. Fluttering shot that was elevated up, then hit bodies before it got to the side of the cage and went wide. Back to the point, through traffic, Brosnan tees it up, and banging it home is Beveridge. I believe this is going to be Beveridge from Evans, and the shot taken at the point by Miles Brosnan. We'll check in here in just a moment, but regardless of who gets the points, New England gets the goal. They're on top with a goal 9 minutes and 25 seconds into our opening frame. Right back at it, and Tavares will try to get a shot over. That's blocked well, and Nelson will escort it around the boards, but that'll stay in the zone. From the left circle, high in the slot. Now with it is Bell. Bell towards the net. Bouncing, rolling puck. They'll try a wraparound attempt, unable to get there. Sent up, Harris tries to give a whack at it. USA's Alexander Oliver gets the much-needed clearance, and this will be played back and deep. Still with it, Oliver. Now over, and Hobson lost it for a moment, backed up by Nelson. Hobson and Harris will talk it out. Harris will end up taking over possession. From the red line, well, they've got it as just Beveridge from Evans, so I think the official saying that the Brosnan shot was touched, so he'll lose the assist. But quite honestly, from my vantage point, I didn't think that Team USA ever had possession. So I think that the Winchester, Mass native has a little bit of a case there on the goal. A power play tally that puts New England on top 1-0. For Beveridge, that's his 5th of the tournament, tying him with Tavares, second on the team. Only Bell with more, as he has 6. And Beveridge, not being a selfish player, also has 4 assists so far in the tournament. While Evans, that is his 4th helper to go along with a goal. 3:46 remaining in our opening frame, and a collision in the left wing defensive corner for Team USA, and it looks like right back to the box goes Brady Sheridan. Same call, body checking. And so we'll have another power play opportunity here for New England. Perhaps a little early in the morning to have some Fergie trying to steer up the crowd, but back at their own red line, they'll slide it over D-to-D pass and into the offensive zone. Van Martin teeing up a shot, and that is kicked out by the goaltender, Jensen. Fed ahead, and they'll get to the red line, Sorrentino. Unlike other levels where once you're shorthanded, you're able to send the puck the length of the ice and not get called for an icing. That is not the case here. So Sorrentino with a nice job making sure he got that up to the center stripe before trying to kill some valuable time. This is Obo Bifo. Picks off a clearing attempt by Nelson, but then Nelson rushes back. Obo Bifo fanning on the shot. Now he'll look to set up, tries to throw it backdoor, and defended well. Sorrentino and Jensen, a group effort to keep them off the score sheet. And we're going to have a penalty behind the play as Evans touches it. That indicates to us that New England going to the box. Interference, the call, and we'll have 57 seconds of a 4-on-4 situation, followed by an abbreviated power play for the boys in white. The guilty party for New England is Justin Graff. Can tell by his helmet, normally wears 7, but wearing 11 here at the 2018 installment of the show. Brought across the line. This is elevated up, and Thibodeau will slide over from left to right. New England at this point with a perfect record, and what they're vying for, what everybody's vying for, but quite honestly what they're in the driver's seat for, is a top finish in pool play, the number 1 seed, and most importantly, a bye, as we have 7 teams in tournament action this year. That means that once we get to the quarterfinals, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 and 5 will square off, but 1 gets an opportunity to watch, gets an opportunity to rest, and it is a true bracket. In other words, if 7 or 6 end up upsetting their higher seed, as this one goes down the length of the ice for icing, now Team USA on the man advantage. If that were to happen, they will not face the 1 seed, so whoever the 1 seed is can get an opportunity to watch 4 play 5. That'll be tomorrow morning starting at 9:45 over on Rink 1, and know that that will be their next opponent, although they will have already played them once. Get an opportunity to see them again in action and maybe try to do a little bit of scouting, see how they're feeling, as obviously the number 1 seed will play tomorrow at 4:45. So see if perhaps the other team, it's in a power play tally as Thibodeau can't get the right pad over in time. It hops up and over. I believe this is going to be Harris, but there were so many players taking a whack at it. About the only thing I can guarantee you is I'm not going to get credit for the goal. 1:04 remaining in period number 1, and USA has evened things up, and both teams capitalizing with the man advantage. Into the offensive zone, USA dumps it. And a collision there. Everybody seems no worse for the wear. So it is indeed Harris with the goal. Jackson Schrader picking up the lone assist. 13:56 time of the goal, and slashing will be the call here. I believe Team USA going right back on the man advantage with 29 seconds to go in the opening frame. Again, we'll have just 60 seconds in between periods, so stay with us. Guilty party for New England is Billy McAusland out of Westwood, Mass. They'll send it out front, and Hobson frustrated with himself that he couldn't hit that one cleanly. 18 seconds to go in the period. Team USA tries to go back to the right point, and that'll come well out of the zone. Sheridan takes a spill. Coming in as Graf, and Schock does a fantastic job to steer that into the corner and make sure that his defensive player partner falling on the play didn't end up affecting the score sheet. We'll come back with 92 seconds of a power play opportunity for Team USA. That's how they got their first goal, and we've got a 1-1 score. New England, Team USA. You're watching the 2018 North American Hockey Showcase on Youth Hockey Hub. Second period about to get underway, and a 5-on-4 advantage for Team USA, as this will be dumped in below the goal line. Van Martin goes in after it short-handed. Graf tries to pull that over. With it is Schock, and brought right back in. We saw Graf in the box moments ago. Now it's McAusland in the sin bin for New England. 1-1 the score, and New England in red jerseys, gray numerals, black trim, going from right to left. They picked up a power play goal. Egan Beveridge from Nick Evans, although I'm still lobbying for Miles Brosnan to pick up a secondary assist on that one. That was at 9:25 of period number 1. New England with a 1-0 lead, but an equalizer late in the frame. 13:56 time of the goal. Wyatt Harris from Jackson Schrader also on the power play. And so we will set up action here. We've still got 33 seconds left of a man advantage for Team USA. USA in white, black numerals, red trim, going from left to right here in the period. They'll look to cycle it, waiting, and from the corner, trying to hit that one out of air. Mid-air was Oliver, firing a shot, missing on the short side. Then Thibodeau has to quickly get back and cover that post. And then over, trying to hammer that one home, was Schrader. Good defensive pressure prevented him from getting a shot off cleanly. Full strength, so Schock will cycle it deep, and Ryder will let it go. Here comes Schrader. Schrader around the cage. Back to the point, Schock tees that one up. Thibodeau will steer it aside. New England looking to get out of the zone, sending it up. Here's Oliver. Oliver goes upstairs with a shot, knocked down by Thibodeau. Back to the point, and Toll takes his opportunity. It's blocked out front, kicked over to the left side, and now back at it at center ice. And Obo Bifo cuts into the zone, but is stripped of it at the line. It's played with a high stick by Team USA. That will not matter, however, as it's next touched by New England. With it and with time. Now Toll can't get there, does get there. It's kicked up to the right point, waiting, and Hobson will advance the gameplay. He's in all alone as all four of his teammates make a change, so a great job there by Devin Hobson of affording them that opportunity. Played over Sorrentino. Tries to drag it and is unable to. Defended well by New England. This will be the last game of action today on Rink 2. We'll switch over to Rink 1, starting with an 11:45 game, North America versus Great Plains, and then finish out pool play over there. Cutting through, a penalty upcoming, as it'll be New England going on the power play. Inadvertent tripping, but tripping nonetheless will give New England an opportunity to try to pick up their second power play tally of this contest. Then when we look at the schedule tomorrow, we'll be back here at Rink 2. I'll have the call of the playoff game, the 3 seed versus the 6 seed. And again, that'll also be the only game played the rest of the tournament on Rink 2. The officials waiting for the penalty to go up on the board. We're good, and one back to the point by McAuslin. McAuslin feeds it, and immediately getting it back up was Dearden. Now with time is Iverson. Iverson will slam on the brakes behind the goal, and looking to set up New England into the offensive zone. Stolen away, and Iverson has to be on his horse. Contact initiated there by both players as Sherman gets tangled up with it. They'll cut over and into the offensive zone goes New England with a full head of steam. McAuslin try to center it, and it'll be lifted up by Schock, not out. Here's Iverson. Iverson has to spin, but is able to afford himself a little bit of daylight and got it over to Evans. Glove save by the netminder. I believe the shot on Jensen was wide, but he didn't want to find out, and he certainly didn't want to find out whether that would kick off the netting and go to a player in red. So he makes a big stop there with 67 seconds left to go on the man advantage. New England pressing in a 1-1 contest. Houston hurt through traffic, seeing a shot, but it saw its way just up and over the crossbar. Ryder tries to get a clearance, strong on the puck. New England, they defend the blue line well, and this will be played over to the right side. High pass up, and Schrader not able to, that one will roll off the netminder and played up the line, not out. New England is able to cycle it right back down, methodically keeping the puck in the zone. And just as I say that, USA gets a big clearance. Evans will track it down, touches it with 22 seconds left for the power play on his side. They've got an opportunity here for one last rush up ice, but they'll miss on the pass. Intended target was Graff, and this allows Nelson. Nelson pressured by Van Martin, throws it over. Obo Bifo picks up the pieces in the slot, looking to get a shot off. They can't. Team USA with an opportunity. They're at full strength. Out of the box comes Sheridan. Toll will immediately take his place as they had a defenseman in there and looking to get back to 3 forwards up top, and This will be turned over, trying to just dump it right back in was Team USA's Cruz Martin. It actually ends up fluttering off of a teammate's jersey. In is Thornton, but he's met immediately by Nelson. Nelson spun around on the play. The both will pop back up and get right back into action. Beveridge alongside Connor, and this one will be flipped up and into the New England bench. We'll have a face-off at center ice. So as we take a look at the playoff format, as I mentioned, it'll be a 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, and 4 versus 5 seed matchups. That starts tomorrow morning at 9:45. 4 plays 5 over on 1. Right back here at 2, we'll have the 3 versus 6 seed game at 10 o'clock, and then 2 versus 7 at 11:30. They'll take a break until the afternoon. Then we've got the Continental Divide with the 3 teams not advancing into the semifinals, with Team A playing B at 3, A versus C at 3:30, and B versus C at 4. Then we'll get back into semifinal action. 4:45, the top seed will take on the winner of the 4 versus 5 game. The 2 teams in the other 2 semifinals, the 2 versus 7 matchup, takes on the winner of 3 versus 6 at 6:30. And Sunday morning, we will crown a champion over on Rink 1. The 2 semifinal winners will square off at 8:30, should have a decision around 10 a.m. Flipped into not in the offensive zone, in the defensive zone, behind their own blue line. And it was a D-to-D pass. This is picked off. Ryder just stays onside. Ryder in with Schrader. Back the other way. And New England. On it was Bell. It's poked away from him. Tapped ahead, and playing it back, waiting, flipping it ahead, and now giving chase, New England's Billy McAusland. From in tight on the netminder to his right, and actually the goaltender Jensen, with his head on a swivel, peering over at both sides, wasn't sure where that one had ended up. This one is skied up and nearly hit some of the banners here at Rink 2 at the Bloomington Ice Garden, but will go up and over the cage. And now New England looking to catch Team USA on a change, but 3 Team USA players come flying in with a full head of steam. It's Harris, Hobson, and Martin, all fresh onto the ice. Team USA wastes no time there. Pressure in the kitchen. They need to get out, and they'll play it all the way down the length of the ice, and they will surrender a face-off back in their own defensive end on the icing call. 6 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in period number 2. Again, we'll have a much longer break upcoming at the second intermission as the teams go to the locker room. Coaches have an opportunity to really sit down, talk with the players, figure out what they want to do going forward. And we'll have an ice resurfacing as well. Ahead for Hobson. Hobson can't get around his man. And I want to point out what a job this Team USA has done. And I mentioned earlier in the contest, as Thibodeau makes the glove save, that we wanted to look out for Team USA's Trey Peck. And I have not seen Peck in this contest, so I believe they're without the services of their center, and yet have been able to really hang with the top dog of the tournament, the 4-0 New England squad. And sometimes it's just a matter of when you know that you're down a key player, it just gets everybody in that mindset that they know they're going to need to step up. It brings the best out of teams, sometimes does adversity. Firing a shot just off the mark was Justin Graff. But we'll keep an eye out in case he does make an appearance or if we get any word as Schock tries to go around Obo Bifo and does just that. Centering pass out front. With it is Sherman. Sherman loses an edge there and tries to get it deep. Flipping it up is Toll. And Obo Bifo tries to bring it the other way. Game of hot potato. Neither side can string together a couple of passes here, and credit strong neutral play defense by both sides, making it tough sledding. With it is Hurt. Hurt looks over his shoulder, sees that Toll's there, and exits the zone. One touch ahead for Freddie Meyer. Meyer slaloms through neutral ice, waits, fires a rising shot. Blocker saved by Jensen, and he's aided as he wasn't able to find it right away. I believe that was O'Tal bringing it down with the glove. It's touched with a high stick, but it won't matter. New England, next one to touch it. Meyer goes for the 5-hole. Big stop by the goaltender, who throws the pads out to either post and yet is somehow able to hold on in between. The goal horn sounds, but erroneously, as with 4 minutes and 33 seconds left to go, we will have a face-off to the right of the goaltender, and we'll have a draw on the way with New England. Taking it is Justin Graff, played back to the point and moved along over to the right side. They try to get a shot through. That is broken up. Cruz Martin. And now chipping it right back in, giving chase is Brosnan. Backhand shot upstairs and a goal! New England breaks the deadlock, and this one is going to be credited to Miles Brosnan. It's his third goal of the tournament, and that's pretty impressive considering he spends his time on the blue line. 10 minutes, 44 seconds, time of the goal in period number 2, and Brosnan puts his squad back on top, this time by a score of 2-1. It's the first even strength goal that either side has scored in competition today. Flipping it up, Beveridge trying to get around his man, unable to. Now ahead for Thornton. Into the offensive zone. Sheridan spun around, and that'll draw a whistle. Hooking will be the call with 3 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Team USA's lone goal came on the man advantage. Can they do it again? The first one tied the game at 1. They'd like the same result here and try to get this game knotted up at deuces. Brosnan with the most recent goal, 10:44 the time of it, and Team USA already in the offensive zone as they had gained the blue line. When spun around on the play was Team USA's Brady Sheridan out of Glendale, Arizona. He, along with Isaac Nelson, junior Coyotes during the winter season. Nelson hails from Scottsdale. The guilty party in the box for New England is Egan Beveridge. 1:34 before he comes out. He hopes that he does not get released early and has to serve the full 2 minutes. Across the line, shorthanded. Bell fires, blocker save, and a nice job there. Bell cuts over to the right, then uses the goaltender's defenseman against him as a partial screen. Cutting in is Schrader. It's fed over and held onto by the goaltender. We will have a whistle and a freezing of the puck. 68 seconds left to go in the man advantage. 2:45 before we get our break. And I don't know about you, but I could certainly use one. I can imagine how much the players could use one. But this has been a fantastic game. Back and forth action, solid defense, good goaltending, and enough offensive creativity to give every fan something to enjoy, whether you're somebody who likes the games where you see some Great defense, and we've got a penalty on the way as New England will get back to now 4-on-4 as Harris touches it. And regardless if you like the big saves, the great goals, or the offensive creativity, even some physicality, this one's had it all. Harris will be called for the rough. 4-on-4 will skate for the next 45 seconds. Then New England and that power play unit will get back out there and see if they can't give themselves a little bit of breathing room. And another penalty, tripping the call. And I think that was a situation where Team USA just moving their feet, moving their legs, will set up a great chance here. Hard to see if that was 91 or 81. I believe that's Tavares, Jake Tavares out of Belmont, Massachusetts. Yep, it is, because we have 81, Aaron Obobaifo taking the face-off at center ice. So we'll try to keep this straight. 34 seconds of 4-on-3. Then it'll be 16 seconds of 4-on-4. And then we have left. All the penalties will expire in 1 minute and 53 seconds, assuming nobody takes one between now and then. Obobaifo on the face-off. Sheridan tries to flip it around, and we've got Obobaifo coming back to break up the 2-on-1 as he was pressuring Cruz Martin. Nelson steps up, hands off. Here's Martin. Martin with a wind. Obobaifo pokes that away at the last moment. Now he's got an opportunity shorthanded. Obobaifo cuts in, waits, and fires a shot. Getting back in time to help break it up was Martin, and we'll skate 4-on-4 for the next 66 seconds. Looking to distribute, they'll get it back, and the goal scorer, Brosnan, tees one up, but Martin gets his stick in the lane, deflects it into the corner, and we will have more pressure here. They'll move it back over. Here's Brosnan firing a shot. Save by Jensen. Still loose. Iverson, that's Van Martin in the slot, turned, didn't even have sight of the net, and there, going upstairs and scoring, Justin Graff out of Lincoln, Massachusetts. That's his 4th goal of the tournament, and it's a 4-on-4 tally that puts his squad on top by 2. It's 3-1. Will remain 4-on-4 until there's 20 seconds left in the period. Then we'll have a 10-second power play opportunity, and then hopefully back to full strength. Firing a shot off the mark, and they try to pick up the loose puck. Into the offensive zone, USA. It's stripped away, played ahead, sent up, and Team USA back at full strength as Harris is out of the box. Coming away with it is Otal. Throws it towards the net. Loose puck sitting there for a moment. Harris tried to win the race to it, and a fantastic job getting back and clearing that away was New England's James Conner. The horn will sound as bodies tangle up right at the whistle. 3-1. New England on top. They get goals in the second period by Brosnan and Graff, and they'll take that lead into the locker room and into the third. 3-1. New England leading Team USA. You're watching the 2018 North American Hockey Showcase on Youth Hockey Hub. And we are about underway. 3-1 the score. New England leading Team USA. Third period action with Eric Zamora here on the call. Corey Spahn, our camera operator, engineer, and producer. A triple threat as Team USA looking to get out of the zone, and that comes just over the line. New England will be called for offside. New England in red jerseys with gray numerals and black trim going from left to right here in period number 3. Right to left goes Team USA in white, black numerals, red trim. Going right to left, USA. It's Otal across the line. Harris to his left, and those two will talk and work it out. Give themselves a little bit of space. Harris feeds it back to the point. Shot towards the slot by Schock, and Sorrentino doing just as his coaching staff calling out for it. It's Matt Kerr, the head coach, and calling for an immediate play of that back into the offensive zone. Sorrentino takes a chop at it. That'll kick off of the skate of A.J. Sherman. And they'll give chase. New England atop the standings all alone as they've played 4 games, 4 regulation victories, the maximum 12 points to this point as Bell cuts in, fires a shot, held on to by Jensen, and we'll get a stoppage here with 13:48 to play. Minnesota, having played one more game than the two teams around them, New England and Great Plains, sits alone in second with 10 points, a record of 3 wins, 1 regulation loss, and 1 overtime loss. This will go down. Looking to keep it in the zone is USA, and unable to. This will be a turnover, and now Bell. Bell in alone on the break. Bell goes on the backhand and scores. Puts it right past the blocker. This should be 88. Unassisted. Just a minute and 38 seconds into period number 3, and that's got to be a backbreaker as Team USA has played so well against this New England squad, and New England at times it seems like they can just turn it on and off like a light switch and just generate offense. There, any sort of misstep or miscue, and it can end up in the back of the net. So we do have a couple of scoring updates for you. Miles Brosnan's goal at 10:44 of the second period. I thought it was unassisted. We do have confirmation that is the case. And I'm not going to say that I've got a career in politics, but I was able to do a little bit of persuading and make sure that Brosnan also got credit for the secondary assist on New England's first goal. 9:25 time of the first. It was Beveridge from Evans and Brosnan on the power play that put New England on top 1-0. But then Wyatt Harris from Jackson Schrader at 13:56 of the first, also a power play goal, even to the score at 1. Then Brosnan unassisted at 10:44 of the second, and Graff from Van Martin at 14:02 of the second gave Team USA the 3-1 lead, and Bell just extended it to 4-1. 138 unassisted for Bell. That is tied with Ryder Betzold of Minnesota for the lead in the tournament, as those two each have 7 goals in 5 games. Looking to get out of the zone now. Evans pressured, bodied, and with it, looking to turn as he got tangled up there with Schock. And that's one of the nice things about the show is you can go ahead and check out the schedule, the stats, everything right online at the NAHockeyShowcase.com. When we take a look at the tournament leaders, and this is a shot coming in from the left side, finished off at the 3 minute and 47-second mark. 5-1, New England on top and rolling. Face-off controlled by Meyer. Wins it back to the point. Nelson quickly gets it out of the zone. Brosnan jumps into the action. Here comes Schock the other way, backed up by Harris. Harris dumps it in on Thibodeau, and Thibodeau able to handle that. So Betzold and Bell with 7 goals. Tucker Johnson has 6 through 5 games of action. What's interesting is he's got 6 really in 2 games. He had 2 separate hat tricks and was kept off the score sheet for the other 3, or at least in goals, I should say. Although, actually, no, off the score sheet, as those 2 hat tricks are the only 6 points that he has so far in tournament play. Trying to get across the line, defended well. Schock moves out ahead. And this will be brought in by New England's McAusland. Sent up to the point. Iverson tries a seeing eye shot, but it ends up off the mark. Looking for a deflection. Not able to find one. 9:55 to play. Toll. Pressured by Bell. Iverson with it. He'll cut over to the left side. And right now it just seems like New England is skiing downhill. Just everything they're going their way as of late. They've really started to open things up offensively. They'll look to cycle. Get it back to the point. Here's Dearden. Dearden finds a lane. Rebound comes over to the left. They take a couple of whacks at it. It will not go, and Jensen will cover up and get the whistle with 9 minutes and 18 seconds to play in our 3rd period. And headed to the box is A.J. Sherman. This will give a power play opportunity for the New England squad. So when we take a look at the standings, New England right now with 12 points in 4 games. Minnesota with 10 in 5. Great Plains alone in 3rd right now. 9 points, and they have a game in hand on both Minnesota and Rocky Mountain. Shot through traffic, tipped, great stop. A toe save by the netminder. Obo Bifo will get to the loose puck. Then it's Rocky Mountain with a record of 2-2, as well as it's 2-2, 1-0, 2 regulation wins and losses, 1 overtime win. That was a victory over Minnesota. They're 8 points, and then we get quite a gap as Team USA and Great Lakes with records of 1-3. Their potential right now, the most they could get to would be 9. So they have already been eliminated from one of the top 2 seeds in pool play. And then North America has yet to pick up a point in action. So the best they could finish with a couple of wins and some help would be 5th of the 7 squads. All the teams making the playoffs. It's a matter of matchups, but then also for one, I was going to say lucky team, but one hard-working team ends up finishing first. They'll get a bye in the quarterfinals and move automatically into the semis and take on the winner of the 4-5 matchup. 54 seconds left on the cross-checking penalty to Sherman. And we will have a face-off back in Team USA's end as They're on the kill. Looking for a tip out front as Graf was camped out front. Could have set up a tent and a fire, but a nice job by Team USA making sure that pass did not get through. Had it, it would have been deadly. Whistling a shot just up and over both the glove and the crossbar. New England unable to keep the zone. 8 seconds left before Sherman is out of the box. With it is Brosnan. Brosnan spins away from pressure, looks to make the handoff. Backhand effort by Obo Bifo. And again, despite the fact that you see 5 up on the board for New England, the netminder for Team USA, Miles Jensen, has played spectacularly, as this New England squad, again, can just turn it on in droves. 6:50 to go in regulation. Brosnan feeds it over to the left side. Shot through traffic, and it's Nelson who will get to it first. If indeed this score holds up, not that it's necessarily something that Team USA is going to go around bragging about. They go into this game just like any other game, trying to come up with the victory. But with 6 minutes and 32 seconds left, if this score holds up, it'll be just the second time that New England in this tournament has not gotten into a running clock. They defeated Rocky Mountain at 3M Arena at Mariucci yesterday by a score of 1-0. Otherwise, that game and this game, other than those two, every game they have had a lead of 5 or more in the third, knocking off Great Plains 8-2, North America 11-1, and Great Lakes 12-0. Their lone opponent they've yet to see, Minnesota. That'll be back over on Rink 1 here at the Bloomington Ice Garden tonight at 8:30 Central Time. Team USA will advance to play the Great Plains at 5 o'clock over on the rink just to the south of us here over on Rink 1. Toll steps up, finds a loose puck. He's got Sherman over to the right. That's where he'll drop it. Sherman, they have Harris the trailer, but pressure prevents him from going to him. Sheridan winds, and it's actually friendly fire. It was redirected off of a New England player and started heading towards the glove side of the netminder, but it ends up wide of the mark. Sheridan will talk it out as Harris lets him take the lead. Harris now steps up, forechecking, pokes that away and gets it to the bottom of the circle. And we're going to have an icing here with 5 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in regulation. 5-1, New England on top. So right now, it's a three-way race for the top spot and that coveted bye. However, a victory by New England here in regulation would all but ramp it up. That would put New England at 15 points and would eliminate Minnesota, who can only get to 13. Shot on, save by Jensen. USA looking to turn it up the other way. Great Plains could theoretically end up going 5-1. And is the puck in? No, it's just loose. Thibodeau comes over to his left and is able to hold on. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in regulation. So if New England picks up a victory here, then the worst they could do would be finishing 5-1. Great Plains can get to 5-1, but I believe The first tiebreaker is head-to-head. And it is indeed, as I take a look at the rules here on the program, so a victory for New England here will wrap up the bye for them. They'd still have a game against Minnesota at 8:30 this evening, but then they'd get an opportunity to rest, as they would not be in action again until 4:45 tomorrow. Although I have a feeling they'll probably be at the rink tomorrow morning at 9:45 watching the two teams vying for an opportunity to try to take down the top spot. Again, this is assuming they hold on. They've got 3 minutes and 15 seconds to put this one away. Sorrentino plays that away from Iverson. Into the corner goes Evans. Evans looks around and will be met with resistance there. Team USA grinding hard, trying to keep it in the offensive zone. They'll get this ahead. Sorrentino, last man back and frustrated with himself. New England's Van Martin now heads the other way. A penalty on the way. Slashing will be the call, and I believe it's Obo Bifo headed to the box with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. USA, their lone goal came on the man advantage. Wyatt Harris from Jackson Schrader, 13:56 of the first period. Got a late goal in the first. Can they do the same here in the third with the man advantage? Ryder will be the late comer for Team USA. He'll take the draw. And O'Towell will take a spot to his left as they'll win the faceoff. Nelson, great backhand pass, fed over. Sheridan stepping up, and Nelson will come away with it. Fighting off Van Martin. Van Martin gets it ahead. In comes Graff. Graff fires and scores. Shorthanded. 12:33. Time of the goal. So this should be Graff. I'm interested to see if they do end up crediting Martin there on the assist, or whether they say that all he did was just collide with the player. And at this point, we should have a running clock. 2:27 to go in regulation. 6-1, New England on top. They miss on the outlet pass, and so the puck will go back down into Team USA's end. Reaching in, Schock moves it over to the right side, stepping up is Sorrentino. Now with it, Toll. Toll fires, bouncing puck, kicked out by the right pad. They'll look to move it, and Beveridge feeds it up the line. Sent right back in. With it is Connor, elevating it up. We're going to have a penalty, a tripping call on the way as Toll is taken down. So right now we'd have a 5-on-3, but by the time the puck gets in play, Obo Bifo is about ready to hop out. James Connor, the guilty party. Sent down and on target. The netminder holds it there. 40 seconds left to go in the game. 6-1. New England on top. Team USA trying to get one late one on the power play. And a goal would stop the clock, as this one is offside. A little bit of a collision afterwards, and Thornton sandwiched from either side. 22 seconds left, so New England will improve to 5-0-0-0 in pool play and will officially clinch the overall #1 seed and the bye. We will have a roughing penalty, although it's semantics here, as the horn sounds, and that is your final. New England comes up with the 6-1 victory, and we'll be throwing it down ice side in just a matter of moments for the Youth Hockey Hub Player of the Game. And a lot of players that you could talk to. Graff with a couple of goals. Bell with that big unassisted goal to kind of open things up here at the start of the third period. And Brosnan also with a goal and an assist from the blue line. So we'll find out here in a matter of moments. But again, a final. New England improves to 5-0-0-0 over Team USA with a 6-1 victory. We'll go ahead and send it down to ice level for your Youth Hockey Hub Player of the Game interview.
Welcome to YHH Postgame. Peter Odney here with Team New England, who breezed past Team USA 6-1 today. We're here with Player of the Game, Miles Brosnan, with a goal and an assist. Miles, tight game early on. What did your team do to pull away from Team USA?
I think our defense just came along at the end and we started putting pucks in the net, that's all.
Is strong defense going to be a key for Team New England to win the show?
Absolutely, that's probably the most important thing right now.
Miles, what's been your favorite part of the show so far?
Just hanging out with my buddies, having some fun, playing some puck.
Playing some puck, hanging out with his buddies, a fantastic answer. Thanks, Miles. Thanks, Team New England. This is YHH Postgame. We'll see you next time.